President Trump is right now heading to the site of tonight's National College Football Championship game in Atlanta. A short time ago in Nashville, the president told a group of American farmers that for them, the American dream is roaring back to life. But there's plenty more on the president's table. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts has our report tonight. Good evening, John.
As there is most days these days. Brett, good evening to you. The president was with a friendly group of farmers in Nashville today as he touted the effects of his policies on the family farm. And this as his legal team prepares for a far more uncertain audience and a possible interview of the president by the special counsel, Robert Mueller. Agriculture, trade, and tax cuts were on top of President Trump's agenda today, speaking to the National Farm Bureau Federation convention in Nashville, becoming the first sitting president in 25 years to address the group.
We have been working every day to deliver for America's farmers, just as they work every single day to deliver for us.
Today's speech followed a weekend retreat at Camp David, where the president huddled with his cabinet and Republican leadership to chart the policy course for 2018.
Got a lot of work done, a lot of great work for the people.
But the president was also dragged back into the Russia investigation and his fitness for office, spending part of that retreat responding to accusations in the new Michael Wolff book, Fire and Fury, that he is mentally unstable. The president tweeting the book is, quote, fake, written by a totally discredited author.
Just so you know, I never interviewed with him in the White House at all. He was never in the Oval Office. We didn't have an interview. And I guess Sloppy Steve brought him into the White House quite a bit, and it was one of those things. That's why Sloppy Steve is now looking for a job.
Sloppy Steve is President Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, who caught the full force of the president's fury after appearing to slam Donald Trump Jr. in the new Wolff book, calling Trump Jr.'s meeting with a Russian attorney, quote, treasonous. Bannon issued a rare mea culpa yesterday in a statement to Fox News saying Donald Trump Jr. is both a patriot and a good man. He has been relentless in his advocacy for his father and the agenda that has helped turn our country around. Bannon insists he was not talking about Trump Jr. He was referring to former campaign manager Paul Manafort, a seasoned campaign professional with experience and knowledge of how the Russians operate. He should have known they are duplicitous, cunning, and not our friends. To reiterate, those comments were not aimed at Don Jr. This afternoon, aboard Air Force One, White House spokesman Hogan Gidley said Bannon may have cooked his own goose, telling reporters, quote, I don't believe there's any way back for Mr. Bannon at this point. It's very obvious that Mr. Bannon worked with Mr. Wolff in this particular book. At the same time, Fox News has learned the president's legal team is in preliminary discussions about a possible interview of the president by the special counsel's office. While there has not yet been a request for an interview, his legal team is anticipating Mueller may ask to speak to President Trump as part of a wrap-up to his investigation. At Camp David, President Trump repeated his months-old assertion he would be willing to talk to Mueller, and he also reaffirmed his innocence.
There's been no collusion. There's been no crime. But we have been very open. We could have done it two ways. We could have been very closed, and it would have taken years. But, you know, it's sort of like when you've done nothing wrong, let's be open and get it over with.
Sources say the president's legal team is looking at a number of options for a potential interview. One might be an in-person interview by the special counsel himself with a defined set of parameters going in. The other might be a series of written answers to questions that the special counsel submits, or even an affidavit in which the president swears out his position on the case. There's also a very real possibility that none of this may happen, though, Brett, the sources say that the president's legal team does expect that Robert Mueller will ask for an interview sometime in the next few weeks. Brett.
John Roberts, live in the North Lawn. John, thanks.